All right. And we are
Welcome
live.
back.
Welcome back, Bears fans. It's game day today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing this Sunday? Drew, how's it going?
Based off of last Sunday, man, I'm still riding that high. So I'm doing great right now.
It is.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Early game. Don't have to wait today. So bring it on.
Such a relief. Yeah, definitely was a good week riding that win. Um, let's talk a little bit about the game really quick from last week before we start digging into the Saints. As we all know, we out there in Washington in some kind of weird El Nino mist, windy storm. It was wet, and it was kind of a nerve wracker because our offense didn't really look that great. The running
The
was
run
great.
game. Yes.
So that was great to see because we've been waiting for that all season. But man, that last drive with Washington. Oh, let me preface this. let me just really quickly do this. All right, we got people piling in here for the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stick around a little bit. But okay, every time they showed Jaden Daniels and he had that fucking smile on his face, I was like, "Oh, you
That smug look. Yeah. Agreed.
arrogant son of
Agreed.
a motherfucking bitch." Um, to on that drive when he fucking because I was waiting for it. I'm on my sofa, right, watching the game, and he fucked up. The ball slipped out of his hands. He couldn't get the hand off. Ball's on the dirt. Bam. Mason Wright jumps on it. I'm immediately like, I want to see you fucking smiling now. I want to see you fucking smiling now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
psycho, yeah. But and this is what I love about our quarterback. Drives us right on down the field. Ben Johnson dials up the right calls. Man, great field position to kick that game-winning field goal. My God. All right.
So you talk about fourth quarter comebacks, right? One of the numbers I saw this week, three fourth quarter comebacks engineered by Caleb Williams in the
Ooh.
last 6 games.
Damn.
Double edged sword, right? Why do we need so many fourth quarter comebacks?
Yeah,
But the narrative was last year, those games we weren't winning. This year, different story.
absolutely.
So hopefully we got that guy. He's starting to show that he can be the dude, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, he did it. He did it a bunch last year. And if it wasn't for bad coaching and bad clock
Mm-hmm.
management, like he could have engineered some comeback wins last year because he was very clutch in a lot of games last year, and it was just oh
You don't
god.
have to look that far for opponents, right? Washington, we
Yeah.
we tore open that wound enough on the last show, but that's the most infamous one, if you want to say. There's a handful of other games that he did it too. But like you said, poor clock management, the
Yep,
Eberflus factor, whatever you want to call it, ultimately doomed it. So
absolutely.
could have been a completely different narrative on the kid coming into this year. But speaking of narratives, I'm sure we'll get into the announcers.
Oh,
maybe we should just uncork that topic right now.
yeah.
Have you seen some of the comments from Ben Johnson on Troy Aikman and
Yep.
things of that nature when he
Oh, yeah,
was going
yeah.
back watching film?
Yeah, it was
Reporter
great.
asked him, what did you think of the commentary during the game? And Ben Johnson's basically like, well, I had it on mute. So fuck you, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Uh,
Uh, and man, they were so bad. On top of the officiating being absolutely horrendous. Number one, I hate Joe Buck. I never really disliked Troy Aikman, but I just hate fucking Joe Buck. Just from the years of listening to him call Bears games and him just talk shit about the Bears the whole time. Like,
mhm.
I mean, maybe rightfully so. Okay, the organization really was not impressive. Not good rosters, not good teams, not good. I get it, but you don't got to be a dick about it.
Yeah.
But Aikman was really on. He was really on Caleb that game. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was out for blood. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Do you feel threatened by this kid's legacy? Like, what's your deal, dude? I get it. He's got way better stats than you in the first X amount of games that they
20
played. I've seen
games.
that
Yeah.
split
Yeah.
and Troy and different eras. I get it. But at the same time, Troy Aikman wasn't on a horrible team. The first 2 years, they were pretty awful. But after that, I mean,
Yeah.
elevate your team, bro. Talking
Yeah.
all this shit. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, he's such a fucking dick.
Mhm.
Then you find out a little bit about, I mean, maybe it could have been a factor, maybe not, but I guess they have production meetings
Mhm.
where these guys talk to the players, and I guess his schedule and Caleb's like didn't line up, and then Caleb tried to call him back, and he bitch buttoned him or just let the phone ring, and then that
Yeah.
was that. So maybe he felt a little like the kid's unprofessional or something. I say fuck you. The kid, if he was working on the game plan for this week, fuck your interview. The kid's
Mhm.
trying to win a football game, not hang around with Troy Aikman.
And from my understanding, it was only like a 5-minute difference or something like that, that the schedules didn't quite
Oh,
line up.
really? It was that close
Yeah, I
of
thought
missing each
something
other? Wow.
that petty. And Caleb was the first one to reach out. And as an NFL quarterback or former NFL quarterback, you should know there's a lot that goes into these
Right.
game plans and things. But I don't know. I enjoyed reading a lot of that because you
Yeah.
know what? I want people to hate on the Bears so that when they come through and they continue to win, it's just a bigger middle finger that they could stick up
Absolutely.
to
But go ahead. Keep
all these
keep
national
sleeping on
pundits.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Keep sleeping on us. And I hope that the Bears and obviously and it's funny too because obviously they pay attention, right? A lot of times you would have heard from past coaches, "Oh yeah, we block out the outside noise." Dude, literally Caleb posted on his Instagram like some sort of slight towards Aikman,
Mhm.
which was
A
great. And then
backhanded slight, yeah.
yeah, and then like you said too with the coach Ben Johnson saying, "Oh yeah, my kids had the game on in the background, but the volume the volume was down."
Mhm.
So you know that he heard all the statements and like that whole shit really pissed me off, right? So the dump off to DeAndre Swift that he takes to the house.
Mhm.
Literally, as soon as Swift crosses the goal line, Aikman's like, "Well, that's just luck there
Yeah,
for the Bears." I was like, "Fuck you!"
yeah.
Like, what a dick.
Let's not ignore the fact that DeAndre Swift has had a 55-plus yard touchdown in the previous game as well, so back-to-back games where he's broken a big one.
Just luck.
Luck.
It's luck, Drew. It's luck, man.
So is having Emmett Smith and Michael Irvin and all these other Hall of Famers on your team with one of stacked Hall of Famer offensive linemen in front of you too. That's
Yeah.
luck too.
How about
Screw
that
you,
for
dude.
luck,
Yeah,
asshole? Fuck Troy.
yeah. Never a big. I've never been a big Cowboys fan, and sorry to anybody who is Cowboy fan on here. America's team, my ass. You know the whole. There's a hole in our stadium because God wants us to play and all this other BS. Ah, Troy Aikman, you're now on top of on my list of one of the most hated former players ever. Screw you.
Well, well, didn't two last? So our last show, didn't we not talk about? You said that there was a certain team that we won't name that had a petition
Mhm.
signed by a large quantity of people to not
Yeah.
have those two fucking assholes call their games.
I
I think we
seen
should
the
do the same.
rumblings that Chicago started that too.
Yeah,
Good
we need
job,
to.
Chicago fans. You started it on your own.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Unfortunately, it was
Let's.
out of necessity.
Yeah, let's make
Sign
this
me up.
happen. Sign me
Mhm.
up. Just send it to our Twitters. Our handles are right there under our little picture thirds, and so tell us where we can sign up for this because I will vote 2 or 3 times.
Right. I will create many fake aliases to make sure that this passes.
It's just
I am that petty. Screw you
fucking A,
guys.
man. Jesus, man. So, still sticking on the Washington game, one big thing that I was totally happy to see is that the takeaways were still popping off. This Bears
Mhm.
defense just loves taking the ball away from other teams, and we love it. I love seeing it.
Takeaways for the Bears right now, they're +8 in turnover margin.
Mhm.
They've been turning the ball over quite a bit. One of the stats that I saw in there, out of the last 16 opposing offensive possessions, the Bears have turned over those guys 9 times. 9 out of
Yeah,
16.
that's fucking that's fucking crazy.
Holy, right?
S-
The downside to that is we're only winning these games by 1 point.
Well, so yeah, I mean that's absolutely a thing that had been. So we text back and forth throughout the games, and I
Mhm.
will consistent every time we get a turnover. I'm like, we need 7. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I mean, I know any points are good off of turnovers, but at some point, it can't just be 3 points. We need to start scoring touchdowns off of these turnovers because these close games shouldn't be happening by the margin of takeaways that the defense is getting. It needs to be we should be blowing fucking teams out. That's what I'm hoping
Mhm.
for today, but we'll get to today's game in a second.
Right.
But yeah.
13 points off of turnovers for the last game.
All right. It's not
Imagine if it was 17,
yeah,
21.
21.
If it was
20.
21, now that 1 point victory goes to a 20-point victory.
Yeah,
Not
with
quite. That's
no
bad. That's bad sports math right there. It's too early for me. So the 13 minus 21 is 8. So it would have been a 9-point victory.
well, okay, so 2 possessions nonetheless. It's 2
Right.
possessions.
Mhm.
That last drive, that Washington's assholes would have been puckering on that final drive.
Mhm.
Not ours.
Right. Exactly. Like, here we go again. At least it
Ugh.
didn't come down to the last play for the Commanders. The Bears flipped the script 100% on them, brought it
Yeah,
down to the last play.
yes.
Beautiful.
You couldn't have done that that couldn't have been orchestrated any better. I
Mhm.
mean, again, Ben Johnson, man, I'm glad the Pope is a Chicagoan because yeah, the way that turnover happened and then Ben Johnson's like, all right, here we go. Here's my play sheet. Here we go. Ready?
Mhm.
March the guys down the field. We're going to win this game. And they took time off the clock. Like you said, that last big run by Swift to get them inside, just near the 20. And that's it. We're going to call timeout right at 3 seconds. Boom. Like, oh my God.
Yep.
You've never really seen that too much coming from our dearly beloved Bears.
Clock management,
Yeah.
right? The Ben Johnson effect. Let's talk about the Ben Johnson effect a little bit. How
Yeah.
about our offense? This was blowing up all over social media.
Yeah, that's a great.
Jerks. They stole our thunder a little bit here, but um, only one team in the NFL has scored at least 21 points in every game that they played, and
Yep.
it's our beloved Bears.
And
How
it's
about that?
the
It's an
Bears.
offensive anomaly that the Bears own.
Right.
Hell
Isn't
yeah.
that so crazy? And that's really odd too. There's no other you think of like the Ravens, the Bills,
Mhm.
the Chiefs. None of those assholes scored more 21 points or more in their first 5 games, just us. That is
Yeah.
the Ben Johnson effect. Absolutely.
So to continue on that theme, I went back to last year. Take a stab at how many times we scored 21 points or more
Ooh.
last year.
0.
A
Once.
little bit more than that. 6 times for the
Oh.
entire year.
6
right?
times out of 17 games we scored more than 21 points.
Yeah. Well, we won 4. I
Abysmal.
didn't break it down quite that far. I'm assuming. No, actually, I know for sure there was one game that we lost where we scored more than 21. It was against the Vikings. But then I was reminded of some of just the stinkers that they threw out last year. How about that 6-3 game? I think it was a Thursday or maybe Sunday night against Seattle. brutal to watch.
Oh god.
19s, 18s. I was like, holy cow. And thankfully, we have something that resembles an offense. And as we're starting to recap that game, we got to start at the run game. What got into DeAndre Swift? I have, some comments on that. One, he was running with power, he was breaking tackles.
Yeah.
But being an offensive lineman, I figured, hey, it starts up front, right? So I watched a lot of tape on the offensive line.
Yeah. They were opening holes. There were lanes to run in. Sometimes
first of
big
all,
ones.
Yeah, I need to sit here and apologize to Darnell Wright. I tore him up a little bit on the last show. That kid played amazing, and the tape backed it up. How many times did we see him out front on power sweeps? That one, I think it was about a 20-yard run that Swift had. He took out two guys.
He did that a couple times. He got a little twofer on a couple of those. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm starting to get goosebumps because I love talking offensive line right now. Darnell Wright, buddy, I'm looking in the camera right now. This is right to you. I'm sorry. You're good in my book, okay? Just keep playing like that.
Just
all
keep
right?
doing
I know the elbow's bothering you, but dude, you played like your hair was on fire. Keep it up. Jonah Jackson, if we're going across, still the weak point. The tape showed it. And back to Darnell Wright real quick, too. He was matched up against Armstrong, who was the Commander's sack leader. I think he ended up getting one. The Commanders had 3 sacks. But overall, that offensive line played a hell of a game. You start breaking down the team. Dahlman, little leaky, not bad. Joe Tooney, God, is that guy a stud?
Yeah.
Every play, I didn't see him lose once in the entire tape.
That guy, as advertised.
Yeah. Whatever we paid him, it's a bargain because that dude is showing these other guys how to play. And whether they were running left or right, holes were opening, the seas were parting. We were doubling up front on the D line and working our way to linebackers. We talked about Bobby Wagner. You didn't hear his name very much.
Not too much.
So that tells you that the offensive linemen are getting downfield.
Yeah.
Benedict at left, I would say average to above average in pass setting, but the guy's a mauler. He was moving people. He was getting downfield. We saw the offensive line downfield. So I talked about it in the last show. I thought the key to the game for me was offensive line, and guess what? Most of the weeks it's going to be for me. Okay.
It's got to be every week. It's got to be every week. That they off the trenches, man. That's where the games are won and lost. And so this offense will go as that offensive line goes.
I think that bye week we talked about it came at a perfect time for them. One spot that we saw the most benefit come out of was that offensive line. I think they were able to use some of that film from the first 4 weeks, clean some stuff up, and the Commanders still had plenty of pressure. They call them false pressures, and I don't want to get into all this technical crap, but they had plenty of pressures that they didn't pick up. But at the same time, Caleb Williams is getting the ball out in just over 2.5 seconds. I think 2.65. Compared to last year where he was well into the 3s.
He was making sandwiches back there.
Yeah.
While running for his life.
But I think you saw a glimpse. If this Bears team can run the ball, it looked a hell of a lot more like the Lions offense, didn't it?
Yeah.
Where it could be a little bit more explosive.
Yep.
I think they said that based off of the fact that we're running it so well, Caleb ran 46% play action. That's the world this team needs to live in.
And I think that's the vision that Ben Johnson wants. I mean, everything under center and everything out of play action, but you can't have that if you don't have a run game that nobody respects. So to have a game like that, and like you said, DeAndre Swift, I don't That must have been obviously a coaching point for the week. I know Ben Johnson had publicly stated that he took it personally that the game didn't have that, or the team doesn't have a run identity, because that's what he prides himself on. So I'm sure the offensive line took that to heart. I'm sure Eric Bieniemy told those running backs, look, plant your fucking foot and go up the fucking field. And so that's what they did. Hooray. We got to, hopefully they keep building on this, start stacking these kind of things, because if we could have a good run game today, then, again, our success. I mean, we're 4.5 point favorites here. So
should be favored, 3 out of the next 4 games. That Cincy game might be a little bit more of a push, depending on what Flacco is looking like. In that Steelers game, he looked pretty good. Where the hell were you for the Packers game, bro? Come on, man.
Help
really wanted
out.
You to beat him twice. Yeah.
Seriously.
Twice in 3 weeks. But he finally figured out that Jamar Chase and T. Higgins is pretty good.
Yeah, just throw it up there. They'll come down with it most of the time. But
I was watching that game, and Joe Flacco was actually the younger of the 2 quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers was 41, and I saw like a blurb somewhere that said Flacco and Rodgers are this old, and it shows like a Super NES video game graphics with these 2 guys in there. That was funny to me.
Their AARP memberships are on the bench while they're out on the field.
Back to the Bears, though. So the Commanders game, the run game definitely took off.
Yeah.
Caleb stats weren't out of this world, but we talked about the reffing. They took one of his passing touchdowns away on a horseshit call. Let's be honest.
Call.
Even Aikman and Buck agreed that it was horseshit, which I almost fell over dead when they were talking about that.
Yep.
But he still was efficient. Everybody harps on the fact that Caleb is leading the league in off-target throws. Okay. But he's also 3-2. He also has 9 touchdowns to 2 picks.
Right.
Thrown for
we don't want to talk about those. We don't talk about those. We'll only bring up the negative shit. I don't know why this kid gets so much fucking hate. I mean, okay, so first overall pick. I guess they most of the time they get scrutinized and dissected and put under a microscope and constantly critiqued and until you've proven it, I guess this is going to be the story. Because I'm trying to think back to number 1 overall picks
from previous years.
Yeah. How often they've been fucking just ripped to shreds like this.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck,
I can't.
Peyton Manning.
Both of those guys came in with the hype. And even though Peyton Manning, his rookie year was horrible. What did he throw, like 25 picks?
Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe the media was a little bit softer back then. It's possible. But he's a legend now, right? I mean, not everybody's going to come out like CJ Stroud. And that's what a lot of people are comparing him to. Would you rather have his rookie season be up here and the rest of his career down here?
Right.
That's what we're looking at with CJ Stroud.
Look at CJ now.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather start lower and build up. And
even Jaden Daniels is having a tougher season than he did last
sophomore
year.
slump, right?
Yeah.
Drake May he seems like he's legit. He's continuing to rise up.
Yeah.
That was another person in that last draft class with Caleb and those guys. But of all the things that he could be weak at, accuracy seems to be the top one. To me, that's coachable. That's fixable. I'd rather have that than him not being able to read a defense or, that can be fixed. A lot of that is fixed with footwork. And we see Caleb's footwork. It's not exactly coaching tape on how to set your feet, but the kid's got so much arm talent. He's relied on it for so long. It's going to take him a while to learn the
to make that
nuances of that.
adjustment. Yep.
Mhm.
And that whole thing too. I mean, when you think about it, they've played 5 games.
Mhm.
It's only been 5 games for Caleb and Ben Johnson. It's like, let's give it time. And what we're seeing every week, I think, is that things are starting to come together a little bit more every week.
They
There's
keep
always
layering it in, right?
yes. And so I think Ben said it again in one of his press conferences again, or was it just Chicago media might have said it? We're not going to see our best football till in December, because he knows that clock of what that looks like, of how long it's going to take for everybody to gel and learn the offense, and for them to actually install and put in all the wrinkles and all the shit that he wants to do. It's going to take that time. So the fact that they're finding ways to win right now is
Mhm.
pretty promising, because come December, when they show on the national TV who's in the hunt, man, you might see an orange growling bear face on that fucking screen, on those graphics of in the hunt. So
I was
I'm
taking
excited.
yeah. Speaking about being in the hunt, this game, that's why it was so important. Not only was it to get the Bears on the right side of 500, but this game has playoff implications down the road,
Yeah.
right? Commanders are going to be in that mix for the wild card. Now we have the
Yeah.
tiebreaker.
Yeah, we
So
do.
that's one of the reasons why this win is so big.
Yeah.
Kind of getting back to Caleb a little bit in the offense and what they've been doing, and they did it against the Commanders as well. How nice is it to see him push the ball down the field? God, we've lived in bubble screen hell for how long?
Oh my god, I fucking hated it.
And screen passes that were so poorly drawn up that it wouldn't even made Super Tecmo Bowl on the NES. That play was so bad.
Yeah. And ran so often that
Yeah,
the opposing defenses knew what it was before they even snapped the ball.
right.
Yeah, horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this Ben Johnson offense has a lot of like down the field attacking. But then also too, there's a lot of these drag routes that are pretty shallow,
Mm-hmm.
but that side of the field, once they catch it's wide ass open. So there's like,
Zacchaeus on the
yeah,
6 or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, that could have
It's
been a turning point. That could have been a 97 lucky pass play, according to Troy,
yeah.
Troy Aikman.
That would
Right?
have been a fucking track meet right there. As soon as he catches that
Fastest
ball,
guy on
turns
the
the field,
field.
bam.
Mm-hmm. Had a chance to just house call and just rub it right into his former team's face. Like, there's a reason why I left you bums.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so and then Caleb is that guy. He seems to be a big game hunter.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at that downfield shit, and then okay, second or third read, he's like, all right, dump it down. But he's always looking downfield, so that's great.
I think we've seen the shift in the mindset from him. First couple weeks, he's looking down at the line. Now that he feels a little bit more comfortable, and we talked a little bit about it last week, now you're seeing him read deep to shallow, which you're supposed to, right?
Yep.
So that's exciting to see, because then it means we actually have a shot of hitting some of these big plays. And I don't mind him throwing it into double coverage on that one deep route, right?
Went to Rome, yeah, when he
Yeah.
threw it down, yeah.
It means makes that those safeties now can't come creeping up in the box. And when they were running the ball real well, they wanted to. And if you watch the Commanders, they showed a ton of 8-man boxes, and the Bears still ran it on them.
Yeah.
Granted, usually one of those guys was dropping out, but when they go to run the ball, those guys are still there.
Yeah, they showed.
Yeah, and they were able to. If you can consistently run the ball, even against stacked boxes, watch out. That's when this offense takes the next step and just becomes lethal.
Yeah,
because now you're one-on-one with Rome or DJ or either of these tight ends going down the field, whether they're on a linebacker, safety. I think both of these tight ends match up well with that. And you put Rome or DJ one-on-one. Whew.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Can't wait for the full complement.
Mm-hmm.
Bart Scott. Can't wait. Yeah.
Well, should we start to transition over into today's matchup?
Let's do it.
Where we can talk about some of these things because, we got this matchup against the Saints, and from what I've heard, and don't judge them by their record. They're 1-5, but they're a scrappy 1-5, and the Bears have got to be sure to not make this a trap game. They cannot get fucking lulled to sleep here. Again, they shouldn't. They're at home. I mean, the energy should be fucking crazy. The crowd's going to be going fucking bonkers. So they really shouldn't. But you got some stats and breakdown of the Saints of our matchup today?
Yeah, I sure do. I mean, I agree with you. I'm glad this game is at home because this screams trap game. Look at what the Packers did. They come out lighting the world on fire. They start reading their own press clippings, and they no-showed against Dallas in that tie. Everybody thought they were going to blow them out, and they've looked subpar or maybe average, So thank God this is at home. We can feed off of that energy. So kind of breaking down this matchup, though, for the Saints. Pulled up a couple different things that I have in front of me here. So let's just break it down by the numbers, right? Yeah. Points per game. Saints are averaging 18.5. Not great. Okay, they're ranked 28th in the NFL.
In offense scoring?
Yeah, offensive scoring. All right. 18.5 a game. And when you broke it down even further, like if you go onto the Saints website, some of their keys of the game was score early because they're horrendous in the first and second quarter in terms of scoring, right? Yeah. Everything's happening later on. Compared to the Bears, averaging 25.2.
Yeah.
Top third in the league, 10th.
Nice.
What? For Bears offense?
We'll this is all uncharted territory for us as fans.
Right. The Ben Johnson effect. We should make t-shirts or something on that. We should coin that phrase.
I like it.
26.7 points allowed per game. Okay. If you watch any of the film from when they played the Patriots or any of the game, New Orleans secondary, sussed, and they're a little bit more willing to give up the big play, which is also kind of exciting. Compared to the Bears giving up 28.2, a little bit skewed, 27th in the league, so they're about the same, but the Bears also got 50 hung on them.
And they sure did.
Take that game out, a little bit different story. Third down, offensive efficiency for the Saints, 37.7, 21st in the league. Okay. Yeah. Compared to the Bears, only giving up, or the Bears' third down efficiency, 43% on third down. 7th in the league.
Woo!
Ben Johnson effect.
Ben Johnson effect.
Yeah, right. We're in the Ben Johnson zone here.
That's
finally good. Third down defensive efficiency for the Saints. They're giving up third downs at the rate of 41.4%, 24th in the league. Compared to the Bears, 30.6. Bears defense, third in the league.
Wow.
Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, huh?
No, numbers don't lie, right?
They don't. Numbers do not lie.
Yeah. And then the big one, which the Bears have been riding, turnover margin.
Oh.
Saints are +4, 6th in the league. So tells me they're not turning the ball over very much. So this might have to be one a little bit different way than compared to previous weeks. Compared to the Bears, who are +8, tied for first. Like we talked about before, turned over the opposing team 9 times out of the last 16 drives. Woof.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like he said.
Ow!
So by the numbers on paper, you can see why the Bears are favored by 4.5 points right now.
Yeah. And they did. They opened up at 5.5. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
dropped the point.
Why? The weather? Is it
Could
raining?
be. Over-under is set, I think, around 46, 46.5 for all you bettors out there. What do you think? This game going over, under 46.5?
Ooh. Wow. Wow. What was it last week?
49.5. So the odds makers nailed it. They scored 49 points that game. So the hook either got you the win or the loss.
Wow. All right. So this week, 46. And I'm going to, wow. I'd take the over.
I think I would too.
Yeah. Only because I'm optimistic that this offense is on an upward trend. And so if we can just get a couple of turnovers and score touchdowns off the turnovers, then we're going to hit the over on that, I think. Definitely, I think the Bears win. I think they're going to cover. But for me, as a selfish Bears fan, I want to win by 2 scores minimum. I don't even want this shit to be close.
I want this to be like the Jaguars game of last year, where you thought they broke out a little bit in London.
Or give me the Dallas game again, 31 to fucking 17. Give me that shit all day.
Yeah, I'll take that too. Where the Bears score the bulk of that, 46 points. Any way you slice it, I don't care whether it's 45-1 or whatever.
That'd be fucking awesome. Give me the Mitch versus the Bucks game where he threw for 6 tutties. Give me that one.
Caleb breakout game, throws for 4.5, 4 TDs.
Man.
Officially arrives on the national stage. Yeah. Whatever you want to call it, his coming out party.
That'd be fucking tits if he threw for like 400 yards.
Do you think Caleb has a little bit of extra motivation this week, maybe, to do that?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, to show him, just put a stamp on it. This is why I took your job, bitch. This is why I took your job. Just as a reminder, come into my house and I'm gonna fucking show you why I took your fucking job.
Spencer.
Again, if there's any of you Bears fans tailgating right now, happen to watch this because you guys are like me and you're like, I need Bears pregame. Nobody's on yet out there because it's still only 9:30. But I need start chanting "We want Caleb" in the stadium. Okay, on third downs, start chanting it really fucking loud.
You got anything that you could throw up that might show them how to do that? A little bit of motivation.
Here's a how-to video. I do got something queued up. Here we go.
All right.
Here. Just okay.
The chant is "We want Caleb," as in Caleb Williams, the backup quarterback, true freshman, who is the #1 ranked high school dual threat quarterback in the nation.
That's how you do it, boys.
Last year, the school that he played.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Loud and proud.
We want Caleb. We want Caleb. Oh, man.
As soon as Spencer steps 1 foot on that field, let's hear that chant. I'd die.
Oh, yeah. Give it to him right there, too. As soon as they're run out on the field, before even kickoff, fucking chant it then. Then when they take the field, chant it then.
Anytime he turns it over, chant it again. Let's dive a little bit into that, right? So, in case some of our listeners don't know, I'm assuming they do with how much it's been out there this week. Caleb and Spencer Rattler have a little bit of history. They shared a locker room. They shared a sideline. Spencer Rattler shared a benching for Caleb at that point. And not in just any game, but the biggest game that OU has every year in the Red River Shootout with Texas, right? Oklahoma's down 21, and if we have any Oklahoma fans out there, and I think we might have one diehard out there for sure, everybody knows that that's the game. That's kind of like the Michigan-Ohio State game. If you only win one game of the year and you beat Michigan or Ohio State, depending what team you root for, this season is a success. So for that game, Oklahoma's down 21 with Spencer at the helm. And he gets pulled for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams brings Oklahoma all the way back, becomes a legend. Spencer Rattler ships out of Oklahoma, goes to South Carolina, still does pretty well, but doesn't get drafted until the 4th or 5th round, I think. Well, Caleb follows Lincoln Riley over to USC, and obviously we all know he goes number 1. So there's a little bit of history here. Maybe a little bit of I got you coming after this game, right? I love storylines like this. Little bit of motivation, underhanded, back, whatever you want to, however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
Sports players look for chips. Michael Jordan being the most infamous one, right? He would make one up. Like, hey.
Just to have something there. Yeah.
Right. For motivation and just getting in the right mindset that I'm going to bury you. Man, I hope Caleb, he seems like he's a pretty nice guy, but let's hope there's a dark side to Caleb where he just wants to smash Spencer's face in it and be like, yeah, I just trick rolled you by 35, bro.
Oh,
Get off my field.
He's got to have that. I mean, the kid's been groomed since he was probably 5 or 6 years old to be a competitor. And he's made it to the stage. This is the big stage that you worked so hard to get to. You just don't lose it. And then he's got a maniac as a head coach, play caller, who wants to put up 50 burgers every week. Oh, please let this be one of those weeks.
I've known about Spencer Rattler for quite a while. There was a show on Netflix that followed these kids when they were in high school. The first season, I think, had Spencer Rattler, had Justin Fields on it, by the way. And I think some kid out of California who never made it to the league. And if you've watched that, you know what kind of jackass Spencer Rattler is. He's a self-centered, cocky POS, man.
Ooh, okay.
Like, I never liked the kid from the get-go. After watching this, I think he got suspended his senior season for doing something stupid, because he thought he was one of these untouchable kids, and he found out the hard way. And he showed it in college. He thought he was God's gift to QBs, and that's not the case, man. So on the flip side, he might be playing with a little bit of a chip as well, because there's an interesting dynamic there. And
well, yeah, because probably, again, as a competitor, and if he is a bit of that narcissist kind of personality type, in his head, he's like, I'm fucking better than Caleb. Fuck him. Fuck Caleb. I'm better than him. And so he's going to have that chip on his shoulder. But
yeah,
he's got to
he also, he seems like the kid who would turn that and ruin that, like trying to make every single play as he's just dotting our defense up and throwing it right to those guys. So let's hope it's the latter.
Yeah. Well, it does have to go up against I have to say too, when we talk about the Ben Johnson effect, Dennis Allen has definitely had an effect on this defense as well. I haven't studied tape, and I suppose even if I watch the tape, I really wouldn't know what I'm looking for. But Dennis Allen is scheming up and drawing up good game plans against these teams. And I hope he's got a spicy one dialed up for today, because if he could take advantage of Spencer like that, and really exploit his ass and find his weaknesses and exploit them, this could be a fun game. Or I'm setting myself up for a big disaster.
Right. Hyping it up just to get punched in the gut.
Yes, let's do this.
Dennis Allen, going against his former team, we haven't even touched on that. The media kept on asking him about it, and he's like, it's just another game, all the cliches. Bullshit, right? that's the media face. You know he's in that defensive room saying, "Guys, I want to
We're
shut
gonna,
these fuckers out."
yeah, to punish them. Just
Yeah.
fucking punish them.
Yeah. Spencer Rattler, I want him on the sideline by the end of the game. And I'm not saying that he's the type of guy that's
I want him benched.
right.
They're gonna bench him mid-game. They're gonna put in Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. I don't know what it is about that guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I've never liked him. I don't know why. He's never done or said anything.
Yeah, he's never
Maybe
done
just-
nothing to me. I think he's
Yeah.
just more annoying because
He's good,
not a person correct.
but not great at anything. He's the jack of all trades, master of none.
Great. Matches the Bears whenever we played them. What's
Yeah.
the record? There's a stat for that too. We haven't beat New Orleans since
Last 8 times.
championship game. We haven't beat them since then.
No, I thought that's what it was too, but I think they beat them since it was an overtime game. But yeah, so New Orleans has beaten them the last 8 times. Granted, a lot of that was Drew Brees,
Oh,
no longer there. Drew Brees versus Spencer Rattler. Know who I would rather face.
yeah. Future Hall of Famer or this kid who's still trying to prove it.
Looking at New Orleans defense, nobody's really jumping out. They have Cam Jordan.
Cam Jordan, but he's close to 40.
Yeah,
I don't.
he's on the backside of his career. I think he's got 2.5 sacks. Their other D end, number 96, I have him up here. Carl Granderson out of Wyoming. He's got 4.5 sacks.
Oh, okay. All right.
But he's either going to be going up. Those guys are edges, so either Theo or Darnell Wright. Let's hope. I know Cam Jordan typically lines up on the defensive left, so he's going to be going against Darnell. So Theo might,
yeah,
he has another chance to prove himself.
Mm-hmm.
Armstrong for the Commanders lined up over Wright, and he had the 1 sack we talked about before, so he got handled. So let's see if we could do it again. I'm not going into this saying that they're not going to give up any sacks because, New Orleans defense does have some dudes. They have Davis, very good linebacker, side-to-side guy. Again, starting to get up there a little bit.
Yeah.
But the way that the line has been playing, it seems like we're getting hands on that second level.
Yeah.
So I really want to see this run game just continue. And I know Swift is a little nicked up. I'm sure at some point we'll pull up the injury report. Saints are pretty clean. Swift has got a little bit of a groin issue, but we're also getting some reinforcements with Homer coming back.
Yeah,
how much he's going to play?
So Homer is a go. I heard Austin Booker is not. He's out.
Yeah, he's out. But I'm thinking he's got to be close. I would love to see if the kid can bring half the juice that he brought in the preseason. That will be another dimension to this defense that is sorely lacking outside pass rush. I was looking earlier today. Our DN, Sweat and Odengbo, 1 sack apiece. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, no.
Dexter is leading the team with 2.5 coming from the inside, which is great that we're getting inside pressure as well, but that's got to be complemented with some outside pressure.
Here we got the list right here. Looks like Jonah Jackson and DJ Moore are full go, which is great. I think that whole DJ Moore injury, it was funny how it was said by Coach Johnson that it was he's like, he was being really ambiguous about it. He's like, oh, it was a groin injury, and they kind of wanted to know specifics, and he was like, well, it's personal. So I'm wondering if at some point in the game, DJ got hit in his balls really bad. And you know, sometimes you get hit if you've ever, and we're all guys here, we can locker room talking here. You've been hitting the balls so hard that you think maybe one of them is floating up inside of you.
Yeah.
You know, like you've been hit that bad in the nuts. So maybe that's why they had to take him to the ER after the game. They checked him out, gave him whatever scans. Nope, both your balls are still in your nutsack.
Yeah.
All right, off you go. And
They
that's
haven't
why
exploded. You're good.
yeah.
Ice it up and
Balls
get
are-
back in there.
Put some ice on those, baby, on your plane ride home. God
Yeah.
bless. Rome was asked about it a few days later, and they had asked Rome, "Hey, so how's DJ feeling?" And he starts giggling and says, "Oh, DJ's feeling the best he's ever felt in his whole life." And and that's all he said, but I took that as, yeah, he was worried about his testicles.
Yeah.
And then after getting a clean bill of health saying your testicles are intact, he's never been better.
He can keep pumping those kids out.
That's right, because he probably wants more kids.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think you could get kicked in the stick hard enough to where, you know, you end up on an injury report. It's never happened to me, thank God, but maybe. I don't know.
Oh my God. Let me see here. Oh, there we go. All right. So we got, no Cairo Santos again. So we're going to be going with
The Midwestern
our-
kid.
our savior from
Yeah.
last week, Moody. So let's hope he shows out again today. No Noah Sewell, that concussion still.
Yeah. He knocked
Grady
himself
Jarrett,
out pretty good.
questionable.
So-
Maybe it'd be nice to see him back on the field.
Ben Johnson said this in previous. He's a veteran. He's one of those few guys that can still play on Sunday, even though he hasn't practiced all week. So I'm sure he'll be a game time decision. Not everybody gets that latitude or leeway. Let's hope.
Yeah.
It'd be nice just to get a little bit extra in there. Plus, I think Grady's one of those emotional leaders. He's one of those, you know, rah-rah guys, both on the field and on the sideline. And I'm sure even if he's not in there, he's still staying up.
Oh yeah. He's standing up, he's watching the game, he's talking to his guys and all that stuff
Mhm.
during the game. Yeah. It's like having an assistant coach on the field.
I can see with his personality, I could see that being something in the future. And what a better place to do that at other than the Bears, you know, or the Lions where half their staff are former players.
Man, that's always been and my big complaints and talking about this franchise for 4 decades. Would it not make sense to have some alumni fucking make Briggs? I mean, we were saying this back with Mike Singletary when he was the coach for the
San
Niners.
Fran. Yep.
You know, I was like, damn it, man, I would have loved to have Samurai as our fucking head coach, man. Shit. Like let's get these guys involved. Bring Olin Kreutz in the building. George, grow the fuck up. Shake the man's hand. Say you're fucking sorry for being a douchebag, and bring him in the building. Make him part of the team. That shit drives me nuts. But yeah, to have some Bears alumni as coaches, like, come on, man. Ron Rivera, you know, and he was coaching up the Panthers and Washington. The guy's been everywhere, but not Chicago. Come on.
I get it to a certain degree. It's nice to cut your teeth somewhere else because then you don't get labeled with nepotism. So I could kind of see that. But after they prove themselves, why not bring them in? Or maybe if they're in a rough patch like Singletary, okay, maybe you didn't cut it as a head coach, but I'm sure he's a damn good linebacker coach.
Fucking great linebacker coach, I'm sure.
Right? Bring him on staff. Why not? But no,
Fucking A.
that's not how we did it back then. But going forward, I would think that probably going to be the case. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, well, so on top of Dennis Allen, I think a huge turnaround when you see like this cornerback play, Al Harris.
Yeah.
Like that dude is that's why when he was the DB's coach in Dallas, they led the league in interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so the dude's a great fucking coach. I think Antoine Randall as well in the wide receiver room. and he's also assistant coach, head
Yeah.
coach, assistant head coach, which is great. I hope he sticks around. I hope this whole staff sticks around. Don't do this.
At
Don't come
least
here
for
for
3
1
years.
year.
Right.
Give me 3 years, man. Don't stay here for 1 year and then go someplace else. We got to keep this continuity going. And then Antoine Randall, I hope he sticks around because you're home now, baby. You're home.
Yeah.
This is your
Midwestern kid, played at Indiana.
Yeah.
He's from Chicago, I
He's
think.
from
isn't he?
Chicago. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're home, baby. Don't go nowhere. Stay. Open up a
JT Barrett.
restaurant. Something.
Yeah. And tell Randall L's beef joint. We'd all go to it. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Sign me up.
Yep. I'd go for sure.
Sign
Serve
me up.
Italian beefs and breaded steak sandwiches. I'm in. Maybe
And
hot dogs too.
Pizza puffs and hot
Pizza.
dogs.
Bro, that's one thing that I'm happy where I live now. I found a place that serves the deep fried pizza puffs. That's why I still look like this.
Yeah. So, dude, I have to go home and bring back frozen. Go to Il Taco and bring back a case of 48 of them bitches in a cooler. They ship though as well, so I'm
okay.
Yeah, I'm looking to order me a box because
So you don't have
damn.
Jeff sitting on the corner that serves hot dogs and pizza puffs, huh? No place you can ride your bike to.
No. Man,
I
you
have
remember
a
that?
place. I have
Fucking
a place.
Misters. We had it right there. I tried telling everybody.
Mr. Subs.
Six
Oh,
corners. Like,
I knew
okay,
where
so
you're going.
let's debate this really quick. Not debate, but I want to talk about this because I've always wondered and
Mhm.
I've looked it up. Would you consider where we grew up and lived? Is that Six Corners or is that Portage Park? What would you call it?
Six corners.
Six Corners, right?
Yeah,
That's what I
where
said, six corners.
the three streets intersected. It's six corners, man.
Yeah. A lot of people don't get that. And then also, too, I come across there's 2 Six Corners. There's 2 of them.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no, there's only the one.
Right. That
Milwaukee,
we grew
Irving,
up
and
on.
Cicero. That's the
Yeah.
only 6 corners. The Sears Roebuck building now is right there.
It's now a Target, by the way.
Yeah, I saw last time I was in
Yeah.
town. I always take a drive down Gray Street, and I'm like,
Mhm.
but when I saw that, I was like, what? So 6 corners, not Portage Park. But yeah, we had Mr. Subs, everything. Jeff's.
Jay's was right down the street. One of the
Man,
top-rated
man.
beef joints. Not Jay's, Roma's. Sorry.
Roma's.
Jay's was the backup because Roma's sold out, and they went, How are we taking these food turns? Both episodes, we've taken a food turn, but that's okay.
This is Chicago. You can't
Right.
not have a bear show and not talk a little food.
Football and food.
Yeah.
Last week was pizza. Maybe next week we'll save the great beef debate until then. But
Oh. Okay, just really quick. I'm gonna. I one of the last few times I was home to visit my stepmother. May she rest in peace. She turned me on to a place because I always wanted Portillo's or
Mhm.
Al's or you know what I mean. And she was like, no. She's like Buena beef, and I was like, what? I've never. Who? All right. Well, if you say so, man. Their fucking au jus is so flavorful. And it's got like a bite to it. It's that shit has got a little spice in there. And I was like, oh my God, this is you weren't lying. This beef is phenomenal. I really like Buena beef. But yeah, next week when we talk about beef battles, we'll
Okay. I think they had
a
a beef bracket for the city. Because there's a Facebook page that's like dedicated to it. I'll see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, and if you can't share the link with me as well, so I want to get in on that.
It's already done. But it was a while ago that they started it.
Yeah, but I'd like to see the names and where they're at, and whenever I'm in town next, I'll go. Because I was watching so I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people eating and making Chicago dishes. Well, one of the kids who lives in Chicago went around with a food critic to all the best hot dog spots, and there was a few.
Gina Jude's.
Gina Jude's. Yeah, Super Dog. But there was a couple that I haven't been to. The Wiener Circle, I haven't been to.
That's the place that was giving out free hot dogs when
they are.
Throws 4 touchdowns.
Yep. Them, and then there was There was another one too, but man, Gina Judes, forget it. My heart beats still for Gina
Yeah.
Judes, man.
It's
All right.
been forever. Back to football.
Whoa.
I haven't eaten breakfast yet, so we got to
Sorry,
keep
folks.
this
Yeah,
going.
my appetite's working up, ready for
Mhm.
pre-game. Get ready for this game. So back to the injury report for Chicago. Austin Booker's not going to make it. Drew, you said Travis Homer's a go?
Yeah, I think on their website they said he's going to be up and going.
I wonder, you think he's going to get any carries, or is this more special teams boost?
It depends on how healthy Swift is. If Swift is limited, I think they have to. I don't think Monangai could carry the load.
No?
I mean, he might be the feature back, but he's not going to get 40 carries.
No.
Hopefully they're running it 40 times with success.
Oh, yeah. If they're not having success, Ben Johnson will probably rip that cord. He'll be like, nope. So that's it for the Bears. We got DJ Morris back. Jonah Jackson be out there. No Cairo Santos. All right, we're going down to see the Saints. Alvin Kamara. Looks like he's going to be a full go. Oh, Chris Olave. He's full go. Alante Taylor. He's a go. But questionable. We got Isaac. I don't know that last name. Yadam. Yadam.
Sure. Yep.
John Ridgeway. Good old John Ridgeway. Defensive tackle. He's questionable as well. So yeah, well, it'd be an equal. It's a good matchup. Everybody looks to be fairly healthy.
Mm-hmm.
What a kick in the nuts that was to lose Jalen, though, for us. Miss him.
Yeah.
Miss
He had the surgery, so he's supposed to be coming back. I mean, it sounds like it was something that was lingering. I thought it was a hamstring or a groin, but it was something deeper. He had core muscle surgery.
Yeah,
so he had something must have been torn in his abdomen or something.
Yeah.
But just think if we ride this wave, maybe try to pull out 3 out of the next 4. Ravens might be the toughest game if Lamar's back. I haven't really been keeping up on him, but let's hope that his injury is serious enough for him to be out for a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
Because that team looks completely different. Their backup quarterback, Cooper Rush. Speaking of the Cowboys, right? He looked horrible. Thank God. Hopefully he can look horrible against the Bears. We'll see if we're that lucky.
Yeah. Where's that at? Do you have that schedule pulled up? Are we in Baltimore?
I'm pretty sure it's in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive. I don't have it pulled up.
Or at least give me a Lamar Jackson that's like 80%.
Yeah.
Give me an 80% Lamar.
Yeah. There'll be a few storylines there too with the linebacker. Why can't I think of it? Kid out of Georgia, we drafted, let him go. Roquan Smith, thank you. I don't know why I brain farted there. I really enjoyed him as a player.
He's been gone a long time.
Yeah.
He's been gone a long time. Fuck Roquan.
He was a David Montgomery story. He just didn't want to be here. The front office wasn't.
They probably didn't want to pay him either because they were going to have to break him off, and they didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because I remember those discussions. Why? Because he didn't make it to the Pro Bowl. Is that why? Because he's on a shitty team. That's why he didn't make it to the Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And what they ended up doing instead is they cut him off and then signed
2 linebackers
and Edwards for cheaper, which at the time didn't feel great, but in hindsight, great move. Thumbs up the polls again.
Yeah, because I like both our linebackers. Again, they're both really savvy. They work well together.
Yeah,
and man, what a difference. So, okay, let's talk about that really quick because, man, we talked about it pregame before the Washington game, but we were talking about how much of an impact having TJ Edwards and Kyler Gordon back, how much that would improve the run defense. And by golly, man, they made a difference.
Mhm.
Really had their presence totally felt. That last week was great.
Edmonds, if we're being honest, had the better game than Kyler. Kyler got beat on that one long touchdown.
Oh yeah.
But listen, man, those other guys get paid too, right? Let's throw out all the cliches. They're pros, blah, blah, blah.
Like Coach
But
Steve.
yeah, it just seemed like that overall team defense was just faster. It felt different. Like they were flowing a lot better. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Got some of those pieces back. And I'm sure, like we were saying, Dennis Allen was thrilled to have both of those guys because Edwards blitzes a lot.
Mhm.
TJ, Kyler blitzes a lot. So you got two big pressure pieces back.
Yeah.
And it seems like he wasn't afraid to heat up Jaden a little bit, where other teams like to sit back.
Yeah.
Man, he brought it. And that's one of the things I do like about Dennis Allen's defense. They're always moving forward. They're attacking. It's an attacking defense.
So that's a relief, man. Like I did notice that as well. He loves blitzing on third down.
Mm-hmm.
He will fucking blitz the shit out of you on third down. And I love it. And we do a lot of these the guy in Minnesota, what's his name? His name's eluding me.
Frazier.
Their defensive coordinator. Yeah. The way that he shows that fucking 9 at the line, like holy shit.
Yeah. Double A mug blitz.
Yeah. Like we'll show that shit on third down. When I see all our defenders at the line, I'm like, oh shit.
Showing cover zero. Yep. Like here we go.
Yeah. And you're not sending them all, but you don't know who's going and who's not.
And Kyler on the edge and everything else, you have a lot of options where you could go.
Yeah.
There were a few times where I was like, what the hell are we doing? The one being where our defensive end was covering the back out of the backfield.
Yeah, I wish we could stop
like,
doing that. But
Yeah.
he does do that. He'll put one of those guys in a zone, and I'm like, no,
I don't
put Dom Rob out in a zone.
It might be Dexter but whoever it was, kudos to that dude because he was hanging with him. He just when the ball was in the air, he's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I'm a defensive lineman. I have 0 ball skills, so I'm just gonna flail around and hope I tackle him if he catches it.
I like Dennis Allen will send Brisker on blitzes too. That's cool to see.
Yeah, Brisker got the penalty on the one, right? Because he might have or might not have gotten blocked.
No, he got blocked in the back and pushed into him, and he fell into Jaden's knees. That was.
If you recall, though, there was one time where Allen didn't blitz. And it was towards the end of the game. Game's kind of hanging in the balance. Commanders were like 3rd and 14. They throw it 10, 11 yards, and the guy gets a first down. After that point in the game, I had to take my glasses off so I didn't break them and then set them because those almost went flying. I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't we stop at 3rd and long? But that was the anomaly. Even though it was in a crucial moment.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
so I'm glad you said that because that's an anomaly because so far this season as a fan, just watching the games, it's a different feel on third down because with Eberflus, the whole time he was coach, it could be 3rd and 19 and I don't feel safe.
Right.
I'm like, they're going to get this. They're going to get this fucking 3rd and 19. And sure enough, they always do, and you're like, fucking motherfucker. But
it could have been 4th and 26. Packers.
With Dennis Allen, I feel good at 3rd and 9. I'm like, oh, yeah, 3rd and 9. This is a long 9 with Dennis Allen's defense. Yeah, he's been great, man. I hope he doesn't go anywhere either. He better stay put for a few years.
Like we talked about, when recapping or previewing this game. Bears are 3rd in the league on third down, 30.6% conversion.
That's great.
So we're getting off the field. And you have to be at this point, the way that the field position is set up, where you're starting 30, 40 yards away from field goal position, you have to be good on third down. And the Bears, thankfully, are. and they still don't have their full complement of players. So they're still third, even though that they were missing 3 or 4 key starters for most of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine if Sweat and Odengbo end up producing a little bit more. Why can't they be first in the league?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And they need to. Honestly, not that my opinions matter to anybody, but as much as Sweat is getting paid, you need to do more. You need to be doing more. I need to see your name all the time. Okay,
Yeah.
like you're fucking Montez Sweat, for Christ, Pete.
We
You
talked
know?
about it. We need to hear his name, and we still didn't hear it. Not very often at all.
No,
I mean, they're not even double teaming the guy anymore.
I know.
I didn't see a whole lot of chips, nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on. Like, is he just past his prime?
there's no way.
You know, you see the dude on the sideline or, in the locker room afterwards, and the guy's freaking chiseled.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
huge.
a mountain of a
He's
man.
huge, and he's yoked and right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, and
And
we
you're like-
saw what he did the year that we brought him in.
Yeah.
He had 6.5 sacks on 2 different teams.
Yeah.
6.5 with Washington,
Commanders.
and then 6.5 with us. Like, I want to.
I'll settle for 10 for the year. I don't need 12 as long as the other DNs do it. Damn.
Yeah.
But I need
yeah,
more than one.
Yeah,
He's
is that
on
what
pace
got right now,
for
to 1.
4 sacks for the year. That ain't cutting it.
No. Yeah, they need a. Is there such thing as renegotiating a contract? Like, we're going to want some of that money back.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Like
getting-
you underperform. He
you're
doesn't strike me as the
stealing.
type that mails it in once he gets the bag, right? He didn't.
He didn't. No.
Man,
he doesn't.
he's just not producing.
Is he going up against really good fucking tackles? I mean, what the hell?
Even if so,
Like all pro right? Even so, even if they were Pro Bowl or top 10 tackles, you should still be in the backfield sometimes.
yeah. And if you're not getting home, at least pressures. And I don't think his pressure rate's all that great either.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Well, every week it's going to be kind of like the same thing. All right, well, maybe this week we'll get a Montez game.
mhm.
A Dio, a Dangbo fucking game. Come on. One of you guys. Have you seen even two? I thought I've seen, pardon me, I've seen Jervon Dexter on the outside. And I'm like, what are you doing out there?
He's the only guy getting home. He's leading the team with 2.5 sacks.
Yeah. Oh my
So-
God. When you say that out loud, that's really just,
Yeah,
Kicks me
It's
in the
not great,
nuts.
by the way.
he leads the team. He's got 2.5 sacks. What?
Yeah. Well, going into last week, they were tied for like second to last in the NFL with 5 sacks. They got 3 this past game. I think they're up to 8, which
Yeah.
still puts them in the bottom 3 or 4.
They got to do better. They got to do better. And Paul's invested some money, man, into the defensive line this offseason.
Mhm.
And it's not equating. It's not.
No, it's not paying the dividends that the money spent on the offensive line is.
Correct. Yeah. The offensive line, we're starting to see that come
Mhm.
together. So that all that's lining up and looking pretty good. Like they got a combo figured out, but yet the defensive line, and I thought those guys were supposed to be ahead,
Yeah.
right? It's a lot easier for those guys to work together than an offensive line. That takes some time to gel and stuff, but for the defensive line, yeah, because Grady Jarrett hasn't really.
Yeah, and he must have been dinged up longer than what we know, and then it finally got to the point. But your top 2 sack leaders for the Bears, we talked about Dexter, 2.5. Next guy, Dominique Robinson with 1.5 sacks.
1.5. Wow. So Dom Rob has more sacks than
Sweat
than
or
Montez.
Dingbo. Yeah,
Or a
almost
dingo.
combined. He's only a half a sack behind.
Oh my God. You know who I want to see splash a little bit more if they play him more is Shamar Turner.
Yes.
Because that kid, dude, he's watching highlights and watching the game last week. He's a lot bigger than for some reason in my mind I thought that he was. When you see him line up on the line, I'm like, wait, this fucking kid is huge.
Yeah.
Like he's built like an oak tree.
I want to see you know what, with the lack of production on the outside, and we talked about seeing Dexter on the outside, maybe that's the counter to that. Shamar Turner, a little bit more inside. Dexter gets the bump to the outside. You got a good rotation going on. Keep that D-line fresh.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it pays dividends further down the line. And I know sacks aren't the end-all, be-all. Pressures are just as important, but damn, it's nice when you get them when they're in 3rd and 19, 3rd and 15, especially with this defense.
Yeah.
And Allen just going to light the torch and, you know, blitz them up and pressure them up. Recipe for success right there. 3rd and longs, you know, with pressure where they got to dump it short, and then you rally to the ball. We got the people who are fast enough to do it. Edmonds, Edwards, Kyler, Stevenson.
And I have liked that about this defense, seeing that so far. Is they, what did Allen say? Populate around the ball. We'll just say swarm. I like to see there's always defenders around the ball, and you gotta love to see that, because I don't remember seeing that too much with the Flus.
Flus. There should be some words that are banned on our show, and I think he would be up there.
One.
Waldron would be up there.
Oh God, yeah. Waldron. Yeah.
Watching some of your early takes from last year, your takes on Waldron. Whenever I think about him, I still laugh.
Oh, well, you know what's ironic about that? So, 1920 football drive was I think the first Bears content I put out. The Bears were covering the draft where they drafted Caleb and Rome, right? And as I'm watching it, I already knew that we hired Shane Waldron as the OC. I knew his resume, which was not impressive, other than the shimmer of hope, because he had one great season with Geno Smith. Oh my God, he turned Geno around in Seattle, and oh my God, right? So didn't know much about him, but as the 1920 football drive's going on, there were all these like little things. If you're looking in the background of the video clips, Shane Waldron, like, was just a little suspicious to me. He's out there and he's meeting and greeting the guys, and I'm like, Shane, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're playing grab ass with get your ass in the fucking room, and you better start drawing up fucking playbook, man, because it looks like you're just fucking off. To me, when I see when they're filming 1920 football drive, I want to see you like in a dark office with just your desk lamp on and you with a dry eraser board. That's what I want to see. I don't want, and it turned out to be true because the guy wasn't worth a fuck.
No,
his playbook sucked. I don't know what the fuck.
He couldn't run a screen to save his life. Let's talk about the screen game a little bit now that we're talking about offenses and Waldron compared to Johnson. Watching some of the tape, I don't know if you caught JT Barrett's tape, but he talks about how they run screens and how they're clearing out a side of the field by running 3 or 4 verts where they're flooding a zone and then running a screen behind it so that it actually has some freaking success.
Okay, yeah.
We couldn't run a screen for the last 3 years.
No. It'd be a loss.
Yeah. Batted ball. QB's got to dirt it. Right. Whatever. But we have the run game going. We have the downfield game going. We have a screen game and the short game. Yeah, we got a little bit of everything. And the beauty about this is even if your OC sucks, it doesn't matter because your head coach is play calling. So even if he goes, or let's hope for the other side that he's considered for a coaching position because he's a great OC or he just wants to get more responsibility, whatever.
Right.
The offense is still sustainable because the play calling is with the head coach.
Yeah.
How many look at previous regimes and how often we changed OCs? Who was it that Trubisky, I think, had 3 or 4 different OCs?
Yeah, well, because Matt Nagy fired
Yeah.
himself and made Bill Lazor
Mhm.
the OC at one time, and then he took the play calling back from Bill Lazor, and then
Yeah.
you know, because Bill Lazor had like a good game or two or something like that, and then Nagy was like, "All right, give me back my offense here," and then went back to shit.
Yeah. But now it's sustainable, which is obviously one of the things that Poles talked about in the offseason, and the relationship that Poles and Johnson have, I think, is the foundation. And like we talked about last week, it's a sustainable foundation. Thank goodness, finally we got this shit figured out.
Yeah.
Next year, we're not going to have to talk about the front office. It's going to be great. It's going to be year 2 of Caleb in this offense. We get to talk about the new pieces.
Right. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Yeah. He's definitely the real deal, man. That whole Ben Johnson effect, man. It's definitely this is what a coach looks like, Bears fans. We finally get to fucking see what a head coach looks like. And head coach / competent, successful offensive coordinator. You're like, this is just it's been really, really fun to watch. Oh God.
Yeah. It's I'm not a huge fan of the head coach calling the plays because I think it takes away from some of the other game management stuff.
Sure.
But Ben Johnson set it up right where he's got those guys around him to where they could do that. And the early grades coming in, ace, right? We haven't run into much clock management issues.
Nope.
The offense is getting out of the huddle with 17 plus seconds left on the play clock, so you can actually read a freaking defense.
Right.
And you'll see it when they don't get out of the huddle in time. That's where Caleb starts getting nervous. He doesn't have time to read. They don't have time to check, alert, whatever you call it. But that's few and far between. We don't see those rush plays. Last year, they weren't breaking the fucking huddle until 7 seconds left. So you're running up there. You can't get your protections right.
No motion, nothing. You can't do nothing.
It's just stagnant crap. And this year, at least, you know, we have a river that the crap can flow in.
Yeah. Last week, I believe I heard 0 false starts last week.
What?
0 false starts last week.
You think maybe they concentrated on that in the bye week? Seeing how the first 4 games, it wasn't a matter of if, it was just when.
How many? How many were they going to have? Yeah, I think they worked on that a little bit.
And it was
today's going to be, but you know what, though? So that's crazy because it was silent count, which I guess is good to not false start on silent counts. But I hope Caleb's still working on his cadence because if he's actually calling a cadence now, maybe his offensive line jumps off sides a couple times this game.
Yeah.
Because if he hasn't worked on his cadence and the guys haven't quite learned his rhythm yet, I don't know. I don't know because I just jinxed it. Actually, a reporter did. I was watching Ben Johnson's press conference and somebody had asked him about that. Hey, you guys fixed, you know, there was no false starts last game. Is that what, you know, we can look forward to? And Ben was like, oh, so you just jinxed us.
Yeah. Like, oh. All right, man.
Yeah.
So I think we're at that point where we need to start talking about the keys to the game.
Keys to the game. Start us off.
All right.
Oh, you want me? You go.
Okay, I'll go. I didn't want to bring it up and seem like I'm an asshole and just cutting you off. Like, hey, I got something to talk about. Let's talk about this, and I'm going to start talking.
We're both hosts of the show. When you want to take a left, you just say we're taking a left here.
All right. So keys to the game for me, got to run the ball like we did last week. Okay. Offense looked different. It's why we won that game last week. And damn, that last drive where we were running it when they knew we were going to run it just makes me feel good. Took it down to the point where they couldn't get the ball back. There was no chance of a repeat. Okay.
Right.
I think the Bears need to come out and get up on them early. We talked about it a little bit. Their Saints are not good in the first and second quarter. It takes them a little bit to get going.
Yeah.
So if you can get up early, 14, 17, 21, you can put them in that mode where they're like, oh, great, here we go again.
Yeah.
And then
pin your
the
ears
rest is
back,
the-
boys.
yeah, exactly. And then with Chris Olave being over there, I think you got to eliminate the big play. In watching highlights of the last couple of Saints games, all their offensive highlights, big throws to Olave down the field. So
Kid's a
Byard-
threat, man. Kid's an
Yep.
actual threat.
Byard, Stevenson, hopefully he's not lined up over right as much, though the kid's playing a lot better than I think maybe what he gets credit for. Eliminate the big plays, make them go 10, 15 plays, and as we've seen, the defense will most likely turn you over if that trend continues. 9 out of the last 16 drives.
Yeah.
I think it's naive of us to think that that trend will continue, but
I know.
we're still going to get turnovers, right? 1 or 2 a game, maybe not 4 or 5,
Yeah.
but 9 out of the last 16. I had to reread that a couple of times.
'Cause
That's
you're like, this
one of
can't be right.
one of the most mind-blowing stats that I think I've ever seen. 9 out of the last 16 drives. And that's
again,
covered
that's-
multiple games.
That's a huge testament again to Dennis Allen, right? Because
Mhm.
this goes back to just really quick. When you said that in most cases you really wouldn't like the head coach to be the offensive coordinator, play caller, because it will take away from other avenues. But he hired Dennis Allen, who was a head coach before, and he could actually, it could be like the Nagy Fangio marriage. I don't look at this is your defense. I'm not coming into your office maybe but once a week. You're running that. I've got the offense over here to worry about. You take care of the defense. And as we know, Fangio was a fucking mastermind. And I think so Dennis Allen, full control of the defense. You do you, boo. I'm going to be over here trying to get this fucking offense straightened out, and you just keep doing you. And Dennis Allen, man, with those results, that is a startling stat too, man. So the last, I just want to reshape for any newcomers. We got almost 40 in here. All right.
All right.
The last 16 drives from our opponents, the Bears have caused 9 turnovers out of those 16 drives. That's
Over
insane.
half.
That's over half of the drives. We're taking the ball away, not 3 and outs, not turnover on downs, not the takeaways. Like, give me that shit. Give me that. Man, that is really good. And then, like Ben Johnson said at the end of the last game, you know, with all the turnovers, and yes, he mentioned their penalties. He said, imagine what we're capable of when we start to eliminate the penalties. You know, and it's like, yeah, we could, though that it will be reminiscent of that Detroit offense of just blowing people out, blowing them out.
Boat racing people right out the gate.
Yeah, right out of the gate. Punch them in the mouth for opening drive.
Yep.
Right out of the gate. So that's part of today's keys to winning. Jump on, pounce on the Saints early and get on them.
Put the doubt in their mind right away.
Yeah.
I think if you win the coin toss, I would take the ball in this game. Why not?
Like that.
Your defense is playing lights out.
Right.
Take the ball, go and score, and then put the doubt in their mind from drive 1.
Right away.
Very rarely, when I was playing ball and calling coin tosses, would I take the ball, but when I knew that we can go out and score the first drive and just put your foot on the throat right away, I had other captains looking at me like, why are we taking the ball? Because we're going to score. pull the Hasselback on them. We're going to take the ball and we're going to score. And then just set the tone. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would be something. Who knows? It might happen too, because Ben Johnson is of that ilk.
He's aggressive. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
they took the ball when they won the toss. Boy, was it the Raiders that they took the ball first?
you're right.
But,
it was one of those games.
Yeah, one of those previous games. So we know they'll do it, and I think they should in this game too.
Absolutely.
If you can win this game, you feel confident. Take the ball. Ben Johnson's script for the beginning of the game has been masterful. They talk about how many times the Bears have scored on their opening drive.
Yeah,
That's probably already, well, it has eclipsed last year because I don't think they scored at all on their opening drives last year. And I think we've done it 2 or 3 times already, if not more. So we'll see. That tells me that they're game planning. They're setting Caleb up for success.
yeah,
And again, that's another part of the Ben Johnson effect.
yeah.
We need a graphic that like swirls our backgrounds or something for that.
I will get on that. The Ben Johnson effect. There needs to be like some sort of like
waves or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some magic wave around the wording and stuff. I'll work on it. I'll workshop a few things. But I agree with your keys. I also agree. In terms of offensively, we got to run the ball, establish it early as soon as possible, and the way you can build and do play action off that, and then keep hitting them with the run, play action. Yeah, you can sprinkle in your spreads and your shotgun shit, but that run game needs to we got to keep that building, especially because you want to have that nice and set for those nice cold winter months. You want to have that run game fucking to a T. But what I'd like to see this game, and again, maybe it's going to depend on the weaknesses Ben Johnson from scouting the Saints defense, but I want to see our tight ends get more involved. It's just, give it the rest of the league something else to worry about besides Rome. And then we're seeing a lot of Luther Burden, which is great. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more DJ Moore, but I know he's right there, man. He's sitting there like a dog. He's just sitting there, just waiting, so I know he's good. But let's get these tight ends involved, man. Let's exploit the fucking areas that tight ends can work and just behind the linebackers and get them bitches down the seam. And Colston Loveland, man, you drafted him 10th.
Yeah.
As of right now, to Tyler Warren's he's balling his ass off. But
please don't make that a narrative where the Bears messed up. Blah blah blah.
No, I won't. Man. I wanted. So in terms of the tight ends, if I had to choose one, I wanted Colston Loveland.
Yeah,
as I mentioned, but Tyler Warren looks like another like Cole Kmet. He's big. He's a little stiff, a little rigid. While Colston Loveland looked a little more.
He's a glider.
Yeah. His movements after catching the ball looked a little more agile than Cole, but just get them involved. Get the kid a touchdown or something this week, huh?
Caleb's got the wide receivers involved. I was looking at stats and just doing my homework last night. Our wide receivers, Caleb's dishing the ball all over the place to the outside. Yeah. Rome's got 22 catches. DJ's got 19. If you would have asked me if
that's a quiet 19.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that. I would have guessed around 10, maybe. Yeah. But 19.
Yeah. Okay.
Zacchaeus 16.
Wow.
DeAndre Swift's got 15.
Yeah.
2 of them, the one against the Commanders broke for 55.
Yep.
Luther Burden, 11.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. I was surprised at that too. Obviously, we could think of the flea flicker, and he had a big catch against the Commanders as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that kid needs to get more involved. Man, does he flash. When he catches the ball, he flashes.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet with 8. Loveland's got 5. So our tight ends not being used. So I would love to see those tight ends
Yeah.
catch a few more balls. The receivers, we're not going to have one standout receiver from what we've seen, but we might have 3 that are, mid-tier or better for catches.
Right.
3 viable options with those guys, maybe even 4, depending on how much. At some point, you run out of balls to go around.
So that's what we have a problem in
Mhm.
on the offensive side of the ball. We got a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah. And they all want to eat, and they all deserve to eat.
And they all deserve to
Man.
eat. Yeah.
We got some speed on offense. Just thinking
Yeah.
of Burden, and Rome's no slow poke either.
No, he ran a
DJ
4.4.
Moore's a burn. Yeah. Man, Swift. Whew.
Yeah.
Team speed.
Yep.
Love
Speed
it.
kills. And it's
Yep.
kind of like, again, almost the blueprint a little bit of fucking Detroit.
Mhm.
Like,
Weird.
We just
Cole
we just
Kmet
don't
is
have the running
probably,
back,
the slowest guy out there. And
for sure.
I think he was still like 4.6, 4.7, probably.
The guy moves like he runs a 5.
Runs like Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah, my God. I love Cole, hometown kid.
Yeah.
He's a very good human being. I've seen him on his podcast a bunch. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
But not at he's got great hands, mind you, except that Raiders game.
Right.
Where he dropped a couple few, but dependable hands. It's just the yards after catch you're not going to get from Cole. He ain't that guy. He's not George Kittle. He's not
Mhm.
Kelsey. That's who I was thinking of. Because Kelsey's
Yeah.
a big ass motherfucker too to be getting all that yak,
Yeah.
right? He's
Hey.
a big ass dude to be doing that.
Poor guy. Hopefully, Kelsey could kind of re-cement his legacy. I know it's taken a little bit of a hit, but I'm rooting for that kid. Yeah, he's another good dude, just
Yeah.
full of energy, and hopefully our tight ends, are going to tight end whatever.
Yeah, Cole Kmet goes there, or I know
Yeah.
he's been there a few times. I would hope he invited Colston Loveland.
Yeah. If not, Kmet needs to bring him along.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, anytime you could get any knowledge from the likes of Kelsey and Kittle, I mean, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So we got our offensive strategy. What are we doing on defense?
We need pressure.
Get to
Edge
the quarterback.
pressure.
Get to
right?
the quarterback.
Turn them over. Let's win the turnover battle. Most important stat on defense.
Is Kamara their full-time, their starting
Yeah.
running back? He takes the bulk of their carries?
Yeah, I think he carries the load a little bit here. I can't even tell you who's behind him, but I got their stat page up here. Kendry Miller, 46 carries for 186. Kamara, 83 for 314. And then we know what Kamara can do in the pass game.
Oh, yeah, he's dangerous out of the backfield. Absolutely.
Yeah, probably more dangerous there than he is toting the rock. But we have TJ Edwards back. We have Kyler Gordon. Another big thing for us to help kind of cover those guys up. So, yeah, he's the workhorse back. He seems to be getting 2/3 of the carries.
How did you say earlier? I might have forgotten, but Rattler's his stats. How many interceptions has he thrown? He's pretty efficient, right? He hasn't thrown a lot of picks.
No, he's only got one pick. Somewhat comparable to Caleb, not as many touchdowns. He's 1,200 yards, 1,217 to be exact. 68.5 completion rate.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's not
6 touchdowns, 1 pick.
6 and 1.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can add a couple.
Times.
See if we can add a couple INTs today on that.
Maybe a fumble loss too would be nice. Seems to be the
definitely.
recipe.
Yep.
But,
2 picks, 1 fumble. Here we go. Let's do
yeah.
this.
Write
3
it down.
turnovers. Book it.
Yeah.
So, any final scores? Got a guess? What's your final?
Final score, I will say Bears 27, Saints 17. 10-point
Ooh.
double digit.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Let me give mine. I have to battle between being be realistic, or be the meatball, because I want the Bears to score over 30.
Right. I was going there, but that's why I hesitated a little bit.
And keep New Orleans under 21.
Yeah.
Like 21's the max. So I will say 35-21 Bears.
Okay. I can see that happening. They go over. Of course, I said earlier I think the game would go over, and I think my score didn't, reflect that. But actually it would have.
But
yeah. 27-17.
28. You said 28-17.
No, that's 44. But yeah, I would love to see them go over 30 points.
Yeah.
That
absolutely.
would be, I think that would be the next evolution in this offense, that they're still rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're running the ball a little bit better, sometimes those scores don't get out of hand.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But
unless they run it and the running back takes it to the house.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Caleb cracks off a long run. Splits the safeties.
No. No.
Visions of grandeur here.
I don't want to see Caleb turn into Justin Fields.
Right.
No way. No 70-yard house calls for Caleb.
No.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, he could do it with his arm versus where Justin couldn't. So
yeah.
Again, I'd rather see 70-yard touchdown passes versus runs.
I want Caleb to have a 400-yard game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. Let's get to that. But
get him back on pace for 4,000.
Yeah, well, he is actually.
Yeah,
because if they said he's on pace, doing the math, he would end at like 4,005 yards, something like that.
Yeah.
So that gets him just over. But like you said, going over 300, definitely hitting 400. That puts him head of schedule.
Couple more touchdowns. Yeah, that would be great. 300, 2 touchdowns. Rush as a team for 150 yards.
Yeah. I like
the prototypical game.
I tell you what I don't want to see today is fucking laundry on the field all fucking game. I swear to God, if there's fucking laundry on the field, I'm going to be losing my shit, because these officiating crews, man. And I think it was that one particular. It was confirmed that they are flag heavy, that last crew. And luckily this crew today is not that crew. So
yeah, let's hope that going forward we don't have to talk about refs. God, that's one topic that I really want to stay away from. I mean, overall the reffing in the NFL is fairly good. Unfortunately, it's a few jackass crews that ruin it for them all. And we saw one of them in prime time with shitty announcers, so it's just a shitty experience, even though the Bears won. So that made it great.
Against all odds. They were battling the Commanders and the officiating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? You can't change the outcome of games, assholes. And when you take away a beautiful pass and catch for a touchdown from Rome because of legal formation.
Yeah, that wasn't
an illegal formation.
Well, how about calling PI on that deep pass too? That was pass interference all day.
Yeah,
but they didn't throw it then. And we're towards the end of the show. We can't. Yeah.
So, all right, both Drew and I have the Bears winning today by at least two possessions. What say you? Anybody in the chat? 37.
Throw out some predictions there.
Give us a little something in the chat.
While people are responding, I want to say thank you to everybody that's tuned in, not only last week, this week as well. It's truly, in going back and doing some self-scouting on the show, watching the YouTube video as well, it's clear that a lot of you guys went back and watched parts of the show. So thank you for that. We had, I think last time I checked, we were over 60 views.
Yeah.
On the YouTube. So that's the best way to get us out there, guys. If you guys enjoy the content, smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell for us. I appreciate all the word of mouth. Any family, friends that we've talked to about the show that are joined, thank you for joining us as well. It's people like you that really give us the passion to do this. I mean, we enjoy talking Bears anyway. I love sharing the content and our thoughts with you guys. So thank you.
Yes. Ditto. And absolutely, whenever you guys watch these videos, leave comments in the comment section. Anything you guys want us to talk about, we'll talk about. We are still trying to figure out a schedule to have another kind of shorter show somewhere in the middle of the week. And any kind of topics you guys might have. Again, if you follow us on Twitter, you could also DM us there and tell us anything, or even to family and friends or anybody who's going to be respectful. You want to come on, we'll talk Bears with you. You want to shoot the shit with us and tip back,
we'll figure it out.
Old ones. Yeah, we'll absolutely have you. Luckily our channel's very small right now. So we're allowed to do those kinds of things. I mean, if we start to expand and get too big, we can't have everybody on the show who wants to be on the show. But for the meantime, let's enjoy. We could rap, talk Bears. We'd love to have you. But like Drew said, we really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. It means a lot. So thank you so much. And as for today, I think that's it. So everybody out there in YouTube land and on X, bear down!
Bear down, baby.
Peace.
See you.